Rhythm can move you, it can move you to tears. Beautiful melody that tickles my ears. Don't think of heaven or a God in the sky. My soul will sing forever when I die. Oh, enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see. Does chaos rule? Does order reign? Depends on whom you choose to blame. Designed it all but was left to chance. Create, destroy with just one glance. Enigmatic entity giving rise to eyes through which I see. I'll walk around a mile in your shoes. If you won't be afraid to lend me yours to use, and hold your tongue before you accuse a friend for cheating if you lose.
Animatic Entity, welcoming you to the 33rd episode of CCW Titans, and tonight we are coming to you live from the inside of the Colossal Sim, but you'll notice to my right there is a championship cup, because the C1 Cup will be getting underway tonight, and we'll explain more what that is after the ring introductions for this, because ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your opening bout, and it is a fatal 5-way 10-minute loser match for the ATWE Hardcore Championship. And a new look for the Colossal Sim. The Champions Wall was stolen by ATWE. That's the narrative I'm going to maintain. So we've had to find alternate accommodations here in Auckland and bring out a larger stage. The Champions Wall was expanded to be the Champions Podiums, I suppose. The screens, welcome in, welcome in. So we await the arrival of the first challenger. It's a fatal 5-way, as we heard from the announcement. And I suspect you can tell as well as I who the first entrant will be. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the competitors first. Climbing his way down the aisle, winging tonight at 253 pounds. He is the assassin, Pierce Perch. Well, he's striding down the ramp, and we've upgraded the size. We're in a proper arena now, but we've still got the concrete at ringside. And you can see the Trios champions up top. The World Heavyweight Champion in the middle, flanked by the World Class and Marshall Mayhem Tag Team. Well, the World Class Tag Team Champions, Melissa and Siffy, as well as the Marshall Mayhem Champion, Siffy. Then on the left side, we've got Openweight Champ Angus White and the First Blood Champions of the men's and women's divisions, Simo White, Kayla Turner, respectively. But Pierce Perch here, looking to become the Hardcore Champion. We saw VJ and JC Cruz both drawn into the Triple Threat Spotify Extreme Rules. That saw VJ pin JC Cruz. It's the second time in a Hardcore Championship match that we've had multiple Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade members. It's the second time we've seen JC Cruz pinned by the other member. But this time it was actually for championship, not just to run up the numbers on the elimination front. But tonight we'll be kicking off the C1 Cup. It's a 9-person round robin tournament that will determine Henry Allen's #1 contender at the next CCW Conquer. It will continue all the way through to the next Conquer as well, the final night of competition occurring there. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the second challenger, climbing their way down now, being accompanied by Jess. For the Star Hearts, weighing in tonight at 126 pounds, Kendall Bailey. 1/3 of Star Hearts alongside her sister Anne Morgan Justice. And Morgan Justice will be representing the Star Hearts in the C1 Cup. 9 competitors from up and down the card, including the debuting Casey Spade. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the first challenger, currently makes way down, now fighting tonight at a weight of 300 minus some. It's 232 pounds. Thank you for the subscription, Razor Matsumoto. And thank you, Lils, for the subscription as Razor Matsumoto makes his way down the aisle. We'll just quickly throw more things at my face. This is Razor Matsumoto throwing up a fist into the sky. Oh yeah. Using that primer for good. Hold up. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, you are absolutely kidding me. Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the fourth challenger, soon to be making his way down now, representing the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade. He is the Isle Ewing. Well, JC Cruz joined VJ as challengers for Senokin Haya Yui's championship. Now John Ewing getting drawn by the randomizer. If I was manually picking the participants in this match, I would not be picking this. He's got the glasses on, they're supposedly dumb according to some of the fans here. Unable to secure the Revolution Championship against Zack. The Idol making his way to ringside, but he's not the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade member who's the hardcore champion of ATWE. No, that is a man who's yet to come out and who is going to fight his traditional tag team partner. This is a fatal 5-way tag loser match, 10 minutes on the clock. In fact, the vast majority of our competition tonight is a 10-minute time limit. There comes the same music across our sound system. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the fifth and final competitor. He is the current reigning and defending ATWE Hardcore Champion, also representing the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade, weighing in tonight at 255 pounds, the Gladiator, VJ. Went over to ATWE to accompany John Ewing in his Revolution Championship match against Zack. Both himself and JC Cruz got drawn into the hardcore match. He walked away with the belt after pinning his stablemate, and now is set to defend against one of his other stablemates as well as 3 other wrestlers in a 10-minute tableuser. The objective of this match is to put your opponents for as many tables as possible. Jess Bailey going to be stood at ringside in support of Kendall. The rest of Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade not at ringside. They don't want to split allegiances amongst them apparently. And Jesus Diaz set for competition later on tonight, but they won't be able to join him at that one. Oh god, powerbomb. Slingshot spear wipes out both Matsumoto and Kendall Bailey. Powerbombs there by Pierce Birch, trying to run away from John Ewing. He's going to make him pay for going after his tag partner. Flinging him across the ring after throwing him into the turnbuckle pads, and oh, kick stomps Reza Matsumoto and Kendall Bailey meeting in the minds there. Absolute chaos coming out of ATWE. Bloodsport last night. And oh, backdrop. Okay, they are fighting one another, the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade, as the tables are getting set up by Reza Matsumoto, not the Assassin PS Birch, because he's elected to go after Kendall Bailey instead, and this could be a strategy we see in this one. We could wind up witnessing the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade throwing each other through the tables. Reminder, a draw is effectively a win for VJ. Oh god. Oh! Inverted suplex there. Kendall Bailey now grabs a hold of his tag partner and on the concrete, set out powerbomb. Crowd chanting, we want tables. Oh, piss perch. Screw you, but. Oh, Discus Solarian, no. Reza Matsumoto. Oh god. Tip up. Pierce Birch flew off the ropes with a cutter. Kendall Bailey, she's on her feet already, and Reza Matsumoto facing off against the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade at ringside. Fireman's carry. GTH. German suplex on the concrete. Oh god. Lift it up. Last ride powerbomb on the outside. VJ putting down John Ewing. Uh-oh. F5. But VJ the champion with one of his challenges on the shoulder, slips out back as the Assassin Pass match. Drop kick. Two members of Star Hearts, two members of the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade, but only one Star Hearts member in this match. There's VJ picking up the table, throwing it down. He's saying that's not the table I want to use. The table I want to use is underneath the ring, but uh-oh, John Ewing, spare! You do have to wonder if there is underlying animosity occurring from VJ for getting suspended when his stablemates did not. Jesus Diaz suspended as well, but this is his first appearance since he got suspended from CCW, at least here in CCW, in the Colossal Coliseum. Himself and Jesus Diaz both were suspended without pay. That's why they wound up in the ATWE for a little bit, supporting John Ewing, but I think VJ may be holding a bit of a grudge that neither Ewing or Cruz got suspended, because he's not been holding back against them in these hardcore championship matches. And oh my god, springboard, leg drop to the back of the head. Reza Matsumoto though, oh, neck breaker too. VJ grabs a hold of Bailey and does this similar to her. Ow, congrats on your first snap. Owie, owie, owie. Off the ropes. Oh, big slam. Stepping through. Oh god, figure four leg lock. We're about halfway through this table loose and nobody's gone for a table just yet. Lariat turns. Jess Bailey, sister inside out. Kendall, the one fighting in this contest. Nope, table set up now by John Ewing. He wants to become a champion. He missed out on the Revolution Championship of ATWE, but maybe he's going for a table. And Reza Matsumoto is the new hardcore champion at this stage. John Ewing put for a table, and now getting fish hooked here by Reza Matsumoto. Yes, Perch about the only hope for ATWE to see their championship back on their own brand, but well, they were gone for a whole month snap in Universe. But VJ back. John Ewing was never gone. He didn't get suspended, which VJ is taking umbrage with, apparently. in this match and the last he competed in, he was not shy against attacking his teammate and JC Cruz, and Pierce Birch throws the table in John Ewing's face. Springboard! Arch KO, nobody in the way, and the table thrown at Pierce Birch for trying. He's tried that twice now to Kendall Bailey, and both times failed. Oh, God! Oh, Razor Matsumoto. Oh, face first onto the exposed steel. Oh, my God! Table to the face of Matsumoto. Matsumoto currently is the champion, effectively. Yeah. 15 minutes in, it finally gives a ping. Granted, this is the first match. Table loser, the only fall gotten right now is Razor Matsumoto. Put John Ewing through a table, so Razor Matsumoto is effectively the ATWE Hardcore Champion right now. The randomizer was the same as that operating ATWE, and third time's the charm. Carter hits it, but doesn't go for a table. Welcome in, Moira. Uh-oh. On the shoulder. Through the table goes VJ. John Ewing just won the championship back for VJ, but if he wants to get it himself, he needs to put someone else for a table. A draw only benefits VJ. The champion's advantage will come into play, and throws the table into the other table. Blind to it was Pierce Birch, could not avoid, and he ate double table to the face. Oh, God. Anaconda Vice to Razor Matsumoto. Anaconda Vice. John Ewing setting up another table. Kendall Bailey taking it down, and VJ tapping out Razor Matsumoto. Get on the roll to the outside. VJ. Oh, glides them down. God. This is just brawl. Uh-oh. No. Carl. Razor Matsumoto desperately trying to put John Ewing down. He needs to get another fall. Those two men both need one more fall if they want to win the championship, because they're tied one apiece at the moment. But if this is a draw, then VJ retains, and now Pierce Birch gonna make it a three-way tie with the powerbomb through the table. Pierce Birch getting himself a fall. Everyone but the champion and the woman that just went through a table has a fall right now. It's a three-way tie, but a tie means VJ walks out here and still. Oh, table set up. Razor Matsumoto in the final 90 seconds trying to steal the championship from VJ, and VJ, saving the championship for himself from his teammate. And now the ring is cleared. Nobody is near a table. We've got 70 seconds left on the clock. Into the stairs goes Pierce Birch. Onto the concrete goes Razor Matsumoto. Joining him goes VJ, but VJ's going to be the champion still. Pierce Birch, John Ewing, Razor Matsumoto, they all need to put someone else for a table right now. Otherwise, VJ retains by draw. Yeah, VJ running away from everyone else. He's ensuring that nobody else gets a table break in the next 30 seconds. And none of the three who have a point get two. But Kendall Bailey entering the ring. VJ is in there with her. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Is Razor Matsumoto going to steal it with the last 10 seconds? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And still the champion, VJ, and he's just started stomping Pierce Birch's face. Crowd shouting restart the match, but ladies and gentlemen, 10 minutes were allotted to that match. 10 minutes have concluded. So I'm going to say a draw. Birch, Ewing, and Matsumoto. 1 point each for those 3 men. Ow. That was painful. But allow me to just quickly. And actually allow us to take this opportunity to return back to the Firefly Funhouse for a brief moment so that we may introduce what is sat to my right properly, the left of the screen. Oh no. Bravo. But the C1 Cup is a round robin tournament that will be getting underway here tonight. It will go through to the next conquer, which we'll find out as customary on um the on episode 36 is the 4th episode of Titans after the last conquer, the same customary placement or announcement time. But for those that aren't aware and haven't sneak peeked at the the spreadsheets beforehand, the C1 Cup is a 9-person round robin tournament. It will conclude on the conquer following Titans number 40. The eventual winner will face off against the CCW World Heavyweight Champion Henry Allen in that conquer's main event, and will also be awarded the C1 Cup and granted automatic entry into the next C1 regardless of whichever championships they happen to hold at the time. Participants were selected from 3 separate groups. 3 of the top wrestlers win-loss wise here in CCW that aren't champions and aren't from the removal squad because they've already got a world champion. They don't need another. Then the 3 worst wrestlers win-loss wise. And finally, 3 wrestlers who are perfectly neutral win-loss wise, including the debuting superstar, the 101st competitor of Season 3, Casey Spade. Competitors will be fighting it out in 10-minute time limit matches where they'll earn 2 points for a victory, 1 for a draw, and of course 0 for a loss. Whomever scores highest wins. Tie breaks are decided by head-to-heads, and in the unlikely scenario that we have a freeway or more tie where it's a paper scissors rock thing of A beats B, B beats C, C beats A, then they will face off in a war match to decide the undisputed winner of the C1 Cup. With the sole exception of Casey Spade, who his bye will be occurring on the Conquer show itself. If a fighter is having a bye, as in they're not one of the 8 competitors fighting in the C1 Cup on any given night, them and their respective allies will be facing off against the Destined in some form. Therefore, tonight's main event, Jared Wolf has the bye. He'll be teaming alongside Smash Barnett and Ghostman against Destined's team of Angus White, Henry Allen, and Buckwheat. But with all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start setting it up. We'll shrink myself back down to the corner. We'll go back into this. We'll put the cup into the bottom left so everybody knows what we're fighting for. The C1 Cup is about to begin. And Earl David is the first official for it because technically Jake Henry was officiating the last one. Technically. But it will be Ryoma versus Morgan Justice, and I don't think I officially said who all the competitors were, but the competitors, because G1 Climax is what I'm knocking off here, and also the word, if you spell out the word 1, C1, cone. If you look carefully at the championship, well, yeah. The cup is a cone. Yep. But the participants, and you can view the C1 Cup, it's got its own dedicated tab over on the Excel spreadsheet. Copy the link in case anyone doesn't have the spreadsheet link already. There it is. But the competitors alphabetically is the Bloodletter Arch, Blake Bishop, Casey Spade, Jared Wolf, Jesus Diaz, Justin Case, Morgan Justice, Ryoma, and Wesley Reed. Arch, Jesus Diaz, and Justin Case all come from the top end of the tournament of our win-loss records. The only people who have won more than Arch, who was the final top seed to sneak in, who aren't champions, are Anthony Cagato and Adam Rodway of the Removal Squad. They're primarily tag team wrestlers here in CCW, and also their third member of the Removal Squad is currently World Heavyweight Champion, so I don't want to have two world champs in the same group, so that's why they were excluded from the consideration from the top end of the table, win-loss record-wise. The people from the dead middle all have a neutral 0 points equal win to loss ratio, including Casey Spade, who has not competed yet and is the 101st competitor. We've had 100 competitors compete in CCW in Season 3 thus far. Casey Spade will be the 101st. Ryoma and Blake Bishop are notable figures in my mind that I wanted to see have a go. Veronica Showtime is also at a dead neutral, even Steven, but she has got her sights set on the nation, so she was left out of this tournament so that she could get her frustrations vented properly. And then Morgan Justice, Wesley Reed, and Jared Wolf are the three people at the bottom of the table win-loss record-wise. Jane Torres and Joshua Damien both also at the bottom of the table at -7, like Justice and Reed, but Justice and Reed are more uniquely singles competitors compared to Joshua Damien. Whilst he is the loose cannon of BSK, rules for them, or rules for thee, not for me. I picked the bottom three because I wanted to, and Jared Wolf is outright the worst. So, with all that said and done, let us head down to ringside for our first C1 Cup match. Let's just shrink the cup so it's no taller than I am. Ow. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles bout scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit, and it is a C1 Cup contest. Introducing the competitors first, currently makes way down the aisle fighting at the red corner, weighing in tonight at 273 pounds. Yes, the Tiger of Kyoto, Ryoma. The C1 Cup getting underway. Yes, he is. He's arrived here tonight, looking to turn around his decidedly middle-of-the-road approach and form thus far in Season 3. Thus far in CCW, period, for him. He's fighting out of the red corner tonight. Whereas his opponent, the inaugural Women's First Blood champion, making her way out now. Ladies and gentlemen, now, introducing his opponent, currently making her way down the aisle, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in tonight at 147 pounds, representing the Star Hearts, Morgan Justice. The Blood Bringer. Well, Morgan Justice is not the loony one. That is someone else in the group. Yes, I know who you think. You were thinking it's Wonder Sisters. This is not Wonder Sisters. He was put into this group with the sisters for that exact reason, because virtually identical and has a gear that matches color-wise, but yeah, different Different person. And we're underway. More Justice Ryoma. Exactly, Snap. Exactamundo. Exactamundo. Okay, big back elbow off the ropes. 10 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Oh, waist lift side slam. They were put in the same group for a reason. Big overhand palm strike by Ryoma. And hangs her out to dry on the top rope. Every time we zoom back a bit, we can see the current champions. On our stage. We are here in this larger arena than usual. The Colossal CM has been expanded once again. I do believe this is probably the largest we're going to expand it in general though. Wonderful camera work. It really showed off the taunt she was doing. Stomp to the ankle. And Morgan Justice going to work on the leg here. I'm being told that Morgan Justice is picking up a new nickname of the Blood Bringer. She was the one that brought the First Blood Championship to the women's division. It's due to her that it now exists. Busted open the current ATW Women's World Champion Andrea Steele. The very first move of the match, the consolation match that was given to those two women for not being included in that last blood match. Oh god, deep arm drag. And now, getting dragged over to the red corner, bouncing the space off of it. Kicks down and now, catches the leg and sweeps it out from underneath Morgan Justice. Tiger of Kyoto going in for the pin. One, kick out. I'm looking forward to seeing the match between the Blood Letter and the Blood Bringer. There's a lot of interesting dichotomies to be encountered in this tournament. The C1 Cup. Oh god, steps off it back into a senton. Now to the outside, the ring countouts are on. We're on the concrete still, and you can see the size of the arena as Ryoma just leapfrogs into a sit out. Oh, leg drop, no, moved out the way this time. Morgan Justice didn't want Ryoma crashing down on her again, and just a slap to her opponent. Back inside the confines of the ring. I just remembered I need to update the win-loss records of the competitors in that one match. Dear Lord, that sit out on the bomb. And oh, Ryoma tapped out there by Morgan Justice. Dear Lord. Was not expecting a tap that soon, but Morgan Justice taking no prisoners here. Stinking in a submission and roaring out the tap out. Honestly thought I had a bit more time there, but Morgan Justice picking up the victory. And proving why she deserves to be in this conversation, in this tournament, the C1 Cup. Kicking off in the Blood Bringer. emerging victorious here. Well, submission victory there for Morgan Justice. Now we go on to our next competition, which is a enticing one for sure. And I'm being told now that just so that there's a different referee for every single match, that Toyota Suzuki has been recalled back to CCW's services. We'll see him in the next contest. But right now, it is the Blood Letter Arch, not controlled by me, going up against the Jamaican Juggernaut. The game wanted me to not have him be AI. That's what makes me say that. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles bout scheduled for one fall, a 10-minute time limit, and it is a C1 Cup match. Introducing the competitors first, climbing his way down the aisle, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in tonight at 219 pounds. He is the Blood Letter Arch. Yep, and slapping the top of the ring post. And I will be getting like a once this stream is done, I'm going to be putting down the what's the word? The time it took for the people to win, just so we can calculate who's been in this tournament longest time-wise. But ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent, climbing his way down the aisle, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in tonight at 250 pounds, representing the Hardy Boys. He is the Jamaican Juggernaut, Wesley Reed. And up onto the ropes is Wesley Reed. Looking to become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, currently held by Henry Allen, of all goddamn people. Two-time champion is the 61-year-old, returned from retirement. He was retired at the just after his last reign when he tried to regain the championship, but maybe I need to double check that fact. I need to fact check myself, because it's entirely possible that he was retired in the title defense. Let me just check. The roll up. Yeah, Henry Allen lost the championship to Joseph Anarchy. Didn't get a rematch clause automatically. Had to fight his way through a tournament, defeating Arch, actually. Defeated Arch. And then he defeated Eddie Natoli and Barry Starr to become the #1 contender again. Had a 30-minute table loser with Joseph Anarchy and got retired directly after that. I need to double check if that was his last appearance. No, he fought all season long. So I've been lying about him being retired by that 16 table thing, so he should have been retired. But we're just going to pretend, revisionist history, we're going to pretend he got retired and that it was Hank. that was fighting those other matches, not him. But count 5 by Wesley Reed. Breaks the team count. We approach the 2-minute mark. Ooh, backbreaker. I thought he was going for a pile pedigree, maybe a butterfly pile driver. Driving the knee into the arm. So these two warriors fight it out at ringside. Into the ring we go. Refs count of 3 and Arch returns. Oh, ducks down. He saw the cannonball coming, so the bloodletter evades and springboard. Oh, backflips into the inverted DDT. Grabbing the hold of the leg for the bend of 1. Kick out. We saw when the bloodletter came out, he aimed that bow and arrow right down the center of the champion's screens above the ramp. He aimed right at Henry Allen. He wants revenge for Season 2. Getting eliminated from the World Championship Tournament all the way back then. Floating over that gut wrench. Oh, God. Waist lock now. Teardrop. Gut busters. Oh, kicked aside the head. Block up by Reed. Now big forearm with the wrist control. Size difference. Weight-wise coming in to Wesley Reed's advantage. And now he's going to throw him across. Buckle bomb. 1, 2. Oh, gets the shot off the bat. But you saw how his head collided and just crumpled down those turnbuckle pads. For those that may or may not have not yet noticed, everyone is banned from ringside for the C1 Cup. If there are any interferences, there will be suspensions to whomever interferes. There will be points deducted from those that benefit from those interferences. Oh, spear to the natural. From the second rope. 1, 2. Jamaican Juggernaut. Almost securing the victory here against the Bloodletter. Gets caught. Over the top. Punch. Stunning over the top rope there, Lord. Back inside the ring. We go. Oh, knee lift. Watching at his face now is Arch, and Wesley Reed looking to fly. Springboard lariat. Up to the top rope goes. Jamaican Juggernaut went flying by avoiding contact with Arch off the ropes. He sends him duck down. I can't just 1, 2, kick out at 2. Off the ropes. Oh, God, runs in with the knee. That final flash knee out of nowhere. 1, 2. Oh, my God, he kicked out. What the hell? Win or worthy chance the crowd here in the Colossal. They know what sort of special contest they're witnessing. They know that they're seeing the start of something special. The C1 Cup. With 9 of the greatest competitors. But 9 great promising competitors. Morgan Justice, the inaugural Women's First Blood Champion, the Blood Bringer. Wesley Reed, who, despite having the look, having the tools in his arsenal, has not struck the ground running just yet here at CCW. Jared Wolf, who just recently knocked out Nasser Al-Jalal. 3 of the best competitors we have actively. The former world heavyweight champion 2 times in Blake Bishop. Oh my God, that running powerbomb toss again. New talent in Casey Spade, and of course, the pan Wesley Reed puts down the bloodletter. Wesley Reed getting his first victory in the tournament in the C1 Cup. Now he missed the crucial powerbomb toss from Wesley Reed. That sees Arch taking his 10th loss of the season. Wesley Reed getting his 3rd victory. And there, the Irish whip. Oh, that there was almost the end, but managing to just barely survive was Wesley Reed kicking out. They were brawling, and Wesley Reed just barely emerged victorious from the brawl. So threw him up on the shoulders and tossed him across the ring into the pinfall. Just like that, Wesley Reed picking up his first 2 points in this cup. But it's a long road, a month-long tournament. Only 1 night break from competing in the tournament, and even then you still have to fight against Destined. Unless you're Casey Spade, who has to just sit nervously on the sidelines in the final night of competition to see if he gets the World Heavyweight Championship shot or not. Now we go on to the 3rd contest in the C1 Cup tonight. Match 3 to be officiated by the returning Toyota Suzuki. It will be Jesus Diaz making his return from suspension, going up against the debuting Casey Spade. As a burp sounds out from the room over. They look the exact same, those tires, so. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles bout scheduled for 1 ball of a 10-minute time limit, and it is a part of the C1 Cup. Introducing the competitors first, Connor makes his way down the aisle, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in tonight at 255 pounds, representing the Puerto Rican Punishment Brigade. He is Captain Boricua, Jesus Diaz. And will ring rust be a factor here? We will find out. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent, currently making their way down, now fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in tonight at 230 pounds. Yes, the Ace of Spades, Casey Spade. And oh god, the pyro budget going off here, and I worry that those bits of pyro may set alight the champion screens. Arriving here with a lot of presents. A small bird is helping. Plum, right? Plum is getting in the way of the typing. But, this new arrival here. The Ace of Spades. A lot of opinion tonight. It's a gambler indeed, gambling on how far he can make it through this tournament. Of course, all 8 matches you are scheduled for, you will be competing in, even if you get mathematically eliminated very early into this tournament. You could be eliminated mathematically by round 4, theoretically. So, you'd still have to fight the other half of that tournament. Now, shoulders getting wrenched. Collar and elbow tie up here. Larger man getting the overpowered here. Now scooping a slam. Off the ropes comes Boricua and leg drop by Diaz. Crowd very unamused by Jesus Diaz right now. Returning from suspension, but due to his success as a competitor here in CCW, admitted into the C1 Cup. Which annoys some people. I'm not one of the ones annoyed by this. We want the best competitors possible in this contest, and whilst Wesley Reed's had a bad run of form here so far this season, he just beat one of the 3 best in the company. A very dominant champion. He just beat Morgan Justice. She was the woman to bring blood to the division. And Jared Wolf is really a Cinderella story, putting down the Al Jalal in Los Angeles. Blake Bishop, obviously former World Heavyweight Champion. Ryoma has done nothing wrong, really. He's perfectly down middle performance-wise, so him being here makes sense. And Casey Spade getting an opportunity of a lifetime, debuting into the C1 Cup. So Jesus Diaz, you can't dispute his inclusion here. I just noticed he's got a butterfly on his gear. The Puerto Rican flag inside of a butterfly. That's kind of cute. Huh. But, oh. Emerald Explosion! 1, 2. Kick out by the Ace of Spades. But straight back into the pin. Leg hooked. And alt feet on the ropes ref. The ref spotting it immediately. Toyota Suzuki not going to let him get away with that. And oh, no. Tombstone power driver. Arms crossed. 1, 2, 3. And Captain Boricua just putting down the new arrival in his first match. Not a great start to your CCW career there, Casey Spade, but Jesus Diaz is a crafty son of a gun, and he's a hard hitter. Picking up his 13th victory here tonight. Well, entirely correct, only up from here. Jesus Diaz, Captain Boricua, getting his first points of the competition. Don't worry, you're not allowed to do anything other than relentlessly watch the stream. That is the quickest match too. Put away relatively swiftly by Jesus Diaz was Casey Spade. Now we go into the final C1 Cup match of this card as former World Heavyweight Champion Blake Bishop set for competition against the man that blames Canada, just in case. Seven and 1 is just in case. His only loss was in the World Class Tag Team Championship tournament to crown the inaugural champs. eliminated by the eventual winners of that tournament, the Cole. So yet to be defeated in singles competition is just in case. Will Blake Bishop be the first person to do it? Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles bout scheduled for 1 ball, the 10-minute time limit, and it is a part of the C1 Cup. Introducing the competitors first, trying to make his way down, now fighting out of the red corner, weighing in tonight at 228 pounds, Blake Bishop. Multiple time first free time champion. In fact, here is CCW free time first blood champion. Also, former world heavyweight champion Blake Bishop. Whilst he may not necessarily be doing the greatest he ever has right now, decidedly in the middle, he is a 2-time world heavyweight champion. Have a look through my records. There's only one other person who can claim the same. That is the current world heavyweight champion, Henry Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing his opponent, running his way down, now fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in tonight at 199 pounds, representing Direction X. He blames Canada, Justin Case. Oh Lord. The only member of Direction X to not be a former world champion across CCW or ATWE. He's looking to rectify that. We're about to get underway here. Referee Minoru Takayama, the official for this one. And oh, deep arm drag, avoiding the rising knee. Hello, welcome in. This is the C1 Cup. It is a 9-person round-robin tournament to determine the #1 contender for Henry Allen's World Heavyweight Championship. Blake Bishop, Justin Case, Morgan Justice Arch, Wesley Reed, Ryoma, Jared Wolf, just debuted Casey Spade, and Justin Case. I don't know if I've said everyone, but there are 9 competitors, free from the top of the win-loss records, free from the bottom, and free in dead center. You are part of this tournament. The World Heavyweight Championship contender will be decided by the C1 Cup. You've already had your match tonight. And oh, kick to the small of the back by to Justin Case by Blake Bishop. 10-minute time limits on the cup matches. All interference is strictly barred. Anyone that does interfere will be suspended, and points will be taken away. If 1 point will be removed from your win-loss, or from your points tally, if you have a suspension an interference aiding you. Excuse me. Ah, I see. Oh, crossbody! Just in case. Going in for a pin. 1, 2, kick out. Oh, driving the knee right onto the temple. And calling Bishop to his feet now is Case. Springboard drop kick. Rolling out of the ring. And oh, forearm slap, kick to the leg, back fist, lariat. Oh god, neck breaker. 1, kick out. It's supposedly a last-ditch attempt by Arch at getting another World Championship run under his belt before he has to retire. Stomp to the hand, dear Lord. He's abstaining from his men's First Blood Championship rematch clause at the moment, letting Simo White blaze a trail through that division, and instead is focusing on World Heavyweight Championship chase. Perhaps the last such chase in his career. He's got some familiar foes to get through in this tournament. Oh God, Blake Bishop busted open. Oh God, that is why the First Blood Championship division was created in the first place. And there's the uppercut, just in case, with an uppercut. And now into the submission. Is this going to be the second submission? Victory. Oh, let's go. It does just in case. Blake Bishop up to his feet. Oh, but the blood getting in his eye. He can't punch straight, but he can reach out and shove him off the top rope. Stomp to the arm. The C1 Cup in the bottom left of our screen is what these men and the women of Morgan Justice are fighting for in this tournament. The winner gets the C1 Cup and a shot at Henry Allen for the World Heavyweight Championship. Henry Allen's already proven to be a, oh God, brainbuster, a roadblock for Arch becoming the World Heavyweight Champion here in CCW, eliminating him from a different tournament. But, oh God, he did the deal. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow, but just in case, not pinning after it. See, has someone else in mind. Backdrop, no. Flips out of it, does Bishop. Dragging him to the ropes, bouncing his face off the turnbuckle pad in neutral corner. And off the ropes, springboard, double springboard, forearm. Drop kick. Ducks the lariat off the ropes there. Blake with the, oh, double foot stomp to the midsection. It's crushing down on him. And now, German suplex after the strikes. Blake Bishop chaining to give up offense. Now from the second rope, he's calling Case up to his feet. And this could be bad. Feshner! Feshner! Leg was on the rope, but he pulls it away. 1, 2, 3. The ring awareness there of Blake Bishop and of Just In Case. Case immediately put his foot on the rope, but the ref hadn't started the count yet, so Bishop moved it away from the ropes, hooked it away, and Case did not have anything in the tank. You looked away and then the match finished. That's my guess. Oh no. But that is the first singles loss that Just In Case has had in Season 3. But well earned by the former two-time World Heavyweight Champion, the only three-time champion in CCW. So it's arguable that, technically speaking, Melissa Blackwell is a three-time champion. The World Class Tag Team Championship. Held the gold alongside Olivia Markov twice, but then won it from Markov and herself alongside Sippy as part of the nation. Blake Bishop off the Fishner. Getting a victory. That does mean we are headed towards our main event of the evening. Because the 9th competitor of this tournament has not competed in the first night of fixtures here. He got a bye from the tournament's competition, but not from competing tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event trios competition. Logan Drake Industries Limited set to face off here against Destined. Actually, no. There you go, Drake. Ba-da-ba-da. Ghost Man. Oh, I know what's going to happen if I do that, so let's actually... Jared Wolf. With Logan Drake. The main of Ghosts. And a Barnet which smashes. The Barnet which smashes. Here we go. Audio Unlimited versus Destined. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your main event of the evening, and it is a singles bout scheduled for 1 fall. No, trios bout scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing the competitors first, currently making their way down, now fighting at the red corner, being accompanied to the ring by Logan Drake, the team of the Sky Demon, Ghost Man, the Mad King Smash Barnett, and Jared Wolf, Logan Drake Industries Limited. Jared Wolf so dedicated to the cause, he's got the skull finger and the skull ring on either hand. Now, Ghost Man and Jared Wolf both riding high after victories over Smash Barnett's recent defeat in Nasir Al Jalal. The Mad King wants to go after Angus White. He wants to get his hands back on the Openweight champion. Nasir Al Jalal defeated Smash Barnett though, and since being dropped through that Hell in a Cell structure, Smash has not been as lethal as he once was. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing their opponents, being accompanied to the ring by Paulo Jr., fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in tonight at a total combined weight of 881 pounds, the team of the Country Wrestle Killer Buckwheat, the Ambiguous Savage, CCW Openweight Champion Angus White, and the French Cut French Machine, the CCW World Heavyweight Champion Henry Allen. They are Destined. You see Paula just pacing in the back of the screen as Angus White saunters over to the stairs with his tag partners for the evening. World Heavyweight Champion Henry Allen, the Country Wrestle Killer Buckwheat. Angus leading the way up the steps, and his partners will hop in from the one side whilst, Paulo Jr. hopping up and holding ropes open for his leader. Doesn't do it for the World Heavyweight Champion, but I think Buckwheat may have done so off screen. This here ostensibly a preview contest for the C1 Cup. Excuse me. Jared Wolf, much like 7 of his contemporaries, will get a chance to get their hands on Henry Allen and company in these preview tags. But Jared Wolf starting off for his side, the Openweight Champion starting off for Destined. And he's scared shitless. Which, kind of fair enough. Uh-oh. Angus. Powerbomb position for Jared Wolf immediately. And he's getting dragged over to the turnbuckle. Face fast. Oh, God. And punch dropping Jared Wolf in the corner. This is a bad, bad start to the night for Logan Drake Industries Limited. Angus Wyatt just turning his back to Smash Barnett. That's how much of a threat he views the Mad King. Oh, Wolf driving the knee down. And oh, snap suplex. Oh god, driving knee across the bridge of the nose. And now that's the attempt into the neck breaker. Good work by Jared Wolf. Paulo Jr. up on the apron. This is going to be one of the few environments where we get to see manager shenanigans in and around the C1 Cup. Big boot drop in. Wolf and Wyatt celebrating in the corner, but turn around, Angus, because look who's come. The Sky Demon. Coronello. Oh, overpowered though, and the suplex to Ghostman, and oh, Jared Wolf gets an extra punch. Oh, punches the knee. That pissed off Angus more so. Back elbow. You can hear the disdain of the Colossal Sam booing him. Near the headbutt to the Sky Demon, kicks him. Jared Wolf back into the ring, gets drop kicked. Oh. Oh no, Jared. Oh no. Sky Demon sent to the blue corner. And here comes the World Heavyweight Champion. French gut wrench machine. Oh, hello there. That's a light tube slid into the ring by Paulo Jr. and straight back out the other side. Logan Drake. Not the one introducing the foreign objects for once. And Drake Henry making sure that it got out of harm's way. Springboard. Oh my lord. That double knee replacement doing wonders for Henry Allen. Off the second rope now. This crazy old bastard drop kick. As Ghostman pulls himself up to his feet on the apron. One has to wonder if someone could pin Henry Allen before we get to Conquer. Does that give them extra momentum? If it's a non-tournament competitive, someone not in the C1 Cup pins him, do they get a shot? Oh god, just taking that off the apron to the outside. No countouts in this contest because Trios rules. Referee's discretion comes into play, and oh, Henry Allen's turning his attention to Jared Wolf. Jared Wolf blocks and hits a forearm. In response, how dare you try and punch me? Smash Barnett just eats it, and then oh no. Smash Barnett about to get tied up here in the ropes. Ghostman deciding, okay, you want to beat up my guy, I'll beat up your guy. Taking a punch to Angus, and now punching. Buckwheat. Backdrop on the apron. Of course, Valor Club winning the World Trios Championships against Direction X means that, oh god, roll through, roller, one. Kick out. I was going to say destined as the most likely number one contenders for the World Trios Championships, because when Hank Allen got pinned the final match of the Blue League, well, his feet were under the ropes, was out of bounds, so they're most likely the people to challenge for the Trios Championships next. However, if they lose here in Trios competition, you have to wonder, will the team that beats them be next in line? Whilst we're talking about the World Trios Champions, Ben, at some point please upload the Venom side. I'd love to see him available to use, as the feet on the ropes there by Henry Allen. 1, 2, kick out by Ghostman. Drake Henry ignoring the feet on the ropes. And Smash Barnett holding out his hand, so is Jared Wolf. Here comes the Mad King. Big lariat taking off the head of the World Heavyweight Champion. Elbow drop, no. Kick. Oh god. Dragon Sleeper. He may be built like a wall, but he's gonna crumble like one if he doesn't escape, and kick to the back of their neck. Thank you, bear. Oh my god, into the red corner. Sends Henry Allen now tagging in Jared Wolf. This is your chance to prove a point. Oh yeah, after work obviously. Nah, just ditch your shift now to upload the wrestling character in the video game for me. Oh god, knee to the back of the head and into the bin. 1, 2, kick out. If Jared Wolf is able, if any of the competitors of the C1 Cup really are able to get a pinfall or a submission or just some sort of victory over Henry Allen in the in their buys, these preview tags, even if they, regardless of how the tournament goes for them, the C1 Cup, they're probably getting themselves a shot at the championship and in the future. If you can pin the current champion, tap him out, whatever it may be. Oh, jab too. Angus White jabs repeated, and Angus thought he would get a cheap shot here on the Mad King, but the Mad King was ready for the ambiguous Savage. But will this be a repeat of every other time that they've faced one another? Ambiguous savagery out of nowhere. Pinfall. 1, 2, kick out, this time by Smash. Shenanigans the first time. That Smash Barnett challenged for the Openweight Championship. Sent flying for a 20 feet cell with a back body drop the second time. Put him out of action, and he has been a shell of his former self since the Smash Barnett. But perhaps the final journey that's busted him open will not be enough to put him down tonight. Perhaps it doesn't even matter because Jared Wolf there to break the pin. Angus not happy. Off the ropes he sends him. And then punch to the back. Nice rope to the core. Oh, into the ref. God, collision. Headbutt dropping Wolf. Oh God, punch. Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Ref not paying attention. That could have been a free card. Drop kick. Ref was too focused on trying to get Jared Wolf out of the ring. Angus White sent into the red corner. Big boot. It's a hell of a kick. And leg hooked. 1, 2, 3. Smash Barnett pins the Openweight Champion. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told that on the next show, the opening contest of the evening will not be something else. It will not be the non-C1 Cup related match. No, the opening contest will be Destin versus the C1 Cup representative and allies, which is Arch and May. Because the main event of episode 34 will be Angus White versus Smash Barnett 3 for the Openweight Championship. No, the next taping is right after this. Angus White getting pinned here by Smash Barnett, and as such will be defending his Openweight Championship on the next show. Logan Drake Industries, your winners. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time for episode 33 of CCW Titans. We're coming to you live from the new and improved Colossal. We'll see you next time.